Recruit Vriska. Okay, this is gonna sound preposterous given our last conversation. I guess practically every conversation preceding it. And I'm probably gonna have to do something completely disgusting, like apologize. And even though I hate myself for it, I will totally mean it. I promise. Like, really mean it. Really.
You're going to ask me to join your team, aren't you?
Yeah. How did you know?
I don't seem to have much choice now. Aradia kicked me off the good team.
Wow. That is great. Wait. Sorry? No, wait. I don't have to apologize. That's right. You have to... I apologize to myself for offering you a shitty, meaningless apology. Apology accepted! Karkat, let's bury the Thresher with a totally platonic bro-bulge bump. Bump!
You dork. Do you really think your usual pedantic quips are going to bug me now?
I'm not trying to bug you. I'm trying to get you to join the damn team. Now step in line, Circuit.
I was just betrayed and abandoned by my 2 accomplices and best pals, and on top of that, I am soaked in the blood of my Lucis, which I just had to decapitate myself. So listening to a crabby asshole be all tickled with his own mediocre retorts isn't going to spoil my evening.
Oh, well, so hear about that. But, yeah, I mean, you can just dump her carcass in the Colonel and bring her back stronger than ever.
Wow, good to know, I guess.
Now, why don't you just hop in the trap, wash that nasty blue shit off, and join our fucking session already?
What? It's so crude to dictate hygiene procedure to a lady. Under any circumstance. Even for douchey loudmouths with delusions of leadership. Maybe you should try to think about the dumb things that fall out of your protein chute for once, Vantis.
Blah, blah, blah. Now my shoot is doing a fucking stellar impression of something that doesn't give a shit.
Anyway, you know my blood's the prettiest, and you obviously would kill to have it.
No, it sucks. Totally happy with mine. Nice try, though.
BS. Why would you hide behind your lame gray anonymity then? You do realize everyone thinks that's totally lame, right?
It's nobody's business. I don't see why it should be a matter of public record. I'm not gonna wear that shit on my sleeve like you do, literally and figuratively. It's private, so everyone can go point their probing busybody sniff nodes up their own impertinent seed flaps.
Fine, like anyone really cares. It's just lame and insecure. So why don't you tell me what you've got to do here? I await instruction from my big shot A-blooded leader.
Okay, first things first. You gotta connect with Tavros quickly and get him in the session before he gets killed. What?
Can't someone else do that?
No, why? What's the big deal? Just do it.
But I hate that guy.
Who cares?
This is your command decision? Getting someone who hates a guy to save his life? Pretty weak, boss.
Why do you even hate him? It's fucking ridiculous. If anything, you should pity him. Especially since you were the one who paralyzed him.
I know, I don't really understand it. It's just a really special kind of hate. It never goes away, and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's kind of a weird time to be confiding in me about your feelings of black romance, but okay.
Oh god, what?
I mean, if you're really implying Tavros is your kismius, I think you're braying up the wrong fraud nub. Both parties have to hate each other equally. I mean, like, true hate. Maybe your feelings come somewhat close to fitting the bill, but I don't think he can hate anyone. It's weird. He's kind of broken in the head.
Kiss me, sister. Fuck, what are you talking about?
I think the subject is beyond a lot of people's grasp, but I know a lot about it. Nobody ever really wants to talk to me about it, though.
Whoa, really? Oh, no shit, really?
Okay, most people who haven't had their lobe stem cauterized are capable of feeling the 2 primary emotions, hate and pity. Pity is, of course, just the toned-down version of the central emotion hate, and all the nuances of pity manifest as various other kinds of feelings like whatever chemical reactions trigger mating fondness or the mysterious forces that are behind more allegiance.
Karkat, Holy fuck, so boring.
A well-balanced person is going to have a good distribution between hate and the various pity humors. Having a good balance keeps all the emotions sharper. See, I think that's your problem.
Oh, I hope you know I already wore out some good note-taking pencil today. All the pens. All of them.
See, my hate is like a finely tuned instrument. Because I'm aware of these principles, I could hate a hole in paradox space itself straight through to a new reality fresh for the hating.
You don't even know how much I'm laughing at this.
But see, you're too heavy on the hate side, or at least you pretend to be, which is maybe worse.
You aren't reading anything I say, are you? You just want to talk and talk and talk.
And you think you're hating up everyone hard when you're really just burning out that entire emotional hemisphere. It's like lukewarm hate, pretenders hate, with no counterpoint at all. As such, there's no real substance to your hate. It's like a cardboard movie prop, which is why your is broken, kind of like Tavras's butt. On the opposite hemisphere, I guess. Or maybe your broken brain led to the imbalance in the first place. I don't know. Whatever the case is, you're kind of emotionally screwed, sorry to say. Your hate's too dull for a proper schismasis, in my opinion. And I don't see anyone chomping at the bit to be your moirail. Honestly. Unless there's someone out there who would actually bother pitying you and landing a mate sprit. Seriously? Like, that would even interest you. Basically, any feature of your emotional profile that usually makes someone viable in the red rum department must be totally fried. Your black rum potential's probably toast, too. Hey, you there?
Oh, yeah, I started tuning you out. Are you done?
Ah, wait, I could go on. This is fascinating. Tell me how the fuck this isn't fascinating.
Did you learn this crap from your awful romance movies?
They're really intriguing sociologically. Incredibly complex, sophisticated stories. You wouldn't get it.
Hey, asshole, stop watching movies for girls.
What part of intriguing sociologically don't you understand? Also, they're awesome. Shut up.
Okay, man, just let me connect to stupid boy dumbfuck so I don't have to listen to this anymore.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, I never even got to the damn point.
What is it now?
I didn't need you specifically to connect to Tavros. I mean, I could get any schlub to do that. You just have to get in here ASAP, because I really need your mind powers.
You do? I mean, obviously you do. Duh. What for?
I ran into someone here. A sorta double agent, I guess. His name is Jack. Pester dog. He has some inside information about his king. He wants to work together with us to overthrow the queen, so I said okay. And now I need your help.
Okay, I can try. What does he know?
He recently got a hold of some intel regarding a weakness in the queen's defenses. I don't know any more than that. But we gotta hurry and get started on this thing, or it could get kinda awkward.
Awkward? What do you mean?
I mean, he's just standing here now, waiting for me, I guess, but it's okay. I think he's pretty much settled down.
Settled down?
Well, he stabbed me once.
Oh, only once. Are you sure we should trust him? I don't know if I would, but hey, I'm not the leader.
No, it's cool. He's cool. It's fine. I don't really mind the stabbing. It was all a misunderstanding. Well, okay, I'm pretty sure he meant to stab me. But I kind of think that's like the way he greets people.
This game is so stupid.
In any case, I think he's probably all stabbed out.
Phew. Oh man, since you're bleeding, I should ask Terezi what color your blood is.
Good luck with that. She can't tell me or anything. I'm way out of my hive somewhere else on the planet.
Okay, then I'll ask Jack.
No, Jack won't tell. I made him promise he wouldn't tell.
Damn it. Stupid, lousy, tight-lipped, stab-happy double agents. Doesn't Trillian have some kind of viewport feature?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure only Solich knows how to set that up, and he's been incommunicado for hours for some reason. Anyway, that whole feature seems totally invasive and largely pointless to me, so just forget it.
Yeah, okay. Here we are about to embark on an espionage mission. A spying tool sounds totally useless. Another great point, Captain.
Whatever. Just get your ass in here so we can dethrone this goddamn queen. It'll mean one less god boss we have to fight.
Fine, I'll be right there. Just try not to lose too much of your mystery blood and die. Be Jack a few minutes ago. You find the kid you've been looking for. He's got a pretty sharp tongue and can't seem to keep it sheathed. You should learn up front you're no stranger to sharp objects yourself. He still won't shut up. He doesn't seem to care about the wound. He's just going on and on about the freakish color of his blood. He doesn't want you to look at it. Just look away, he says. You've got to admit, now you're curious.
Look at knife.
You don't see what the big deal is. Nothing special. This kid's out of his mind. But he's still blubbering on and on about it. It seems he's the only one of his kind with this mutant candy-red blood. An outcast. He thinks he was put on this planet covered in an ocean of his own blood to be taunted. Punished for something. Saddest story you ever heard. Gotta do something to shut him up.
Svaum. Blah! Be in cahoots with Jack.
They're friends. You and your like-blooded accomplice soon put Operation Regisurp into motion, a contingency plan which the Arch-Agent conveniently had on file and named himself. If it were drafted by a legitimate contingency firm, it would ostensibly have been given a better title. Your whole team executes the plan along the course of its journey, employing espionage, mind control tactics, political sabotage, vicious interrogations, and cold-blooded assassinations. Everyone does their part, and you begin to learn the true meaning of teamwork, as well as this troll disease called friendship.
Troll disease.
Called friendship. But before a single step is taken, Jack briefs you on the intelligence uncovered by one of his agents. It is an advantage over the Queen.
Sorry about that, my headset nearly fell off my head.
God damn it. It is an advantage over the Queen you will seize upon while she has left her guard down. With each prototyping by each player, the royalty of both sides would evolve. The Queen with her ring of orbs 12-fold would first take on the claws and rigid carapace of your Lucius, and then the wings and scales of Terezi's young dragon, and then the horns and gills and cloven hooves of Gamzee's fallen custodian, and so it would continue. Though Queen is a vain creature, she is also sworn to her duty. She would be braced for the heavy load of augmentation ahead. She could certainly withstand the 8 eyes of an arachnid, the fairy wings might at worst be frivolous, and the great bull horns would even be regarded as striking additions. For that matter, the sultry lips of a mother grub might very plausibly suit her. She perhaps would wear a brave face even behind a dignified mustache, and the centauring of her lower torso would transpire without much complaint. She would dutifully indulge a lactating udder, and when all was said and done, doubling her head count would surely be insult to 11-fold injury, but nothing she hadn't essentially endured already, all in the name of her kingdom. But she would spare herself all these additional debasements, because, before the rest came, there would be one corruption to her figure she could not abide. Her vanity wouldn't allow it. She could not stand bearing the visage of the most loathsome creature known to existence. So vile is its appearance, so contemptible in its purpose. All depictions of the creature, let alone members of its population, are permanently banned from any jurisdiction in the reach of her agents. Those of its kind go by many names, and so does the reviled patron god they herald. The Great Detestation, King Pond Squatter, Speaker of the Vast Joke, or most commonly, Bilious Slick. His true name is of course forbidden, and wearing his face is where she drew the line. She removed the ring and concealed it in the royal vault, while she was quite sure no one was looking. She then retired to her private chamber, from which she would dispatch orders, no one the wiser of her disadvantage. Or so she thought.
Execute Operation Regasurp.
The operation, in time, would be a total success. The banished quasi-royal would make the future Alternian wasteland her home. Until she was given a new purpose.
Dun dun dun.
But, at this onset, you would know nothing of the Queen's aversion to an amphibious likeness, or about her orbs 12-fold, or any such details. You were informed of her disadvantage, and would act accordingly. You and your red teammates would work to dethrone the Queen in your session, while the blue team members would take on the entirely separate set of royal adversaries in their own session. This was to be a competition, after all. Or so you thought. You would begin to notice a strange pattern. The blue team's prototypings would affect the mutations of your session's underlings. And your prototypings would affect theirs. Though the signs pointed to two distinct sessions, two sets of mystic ruins, two opposing teams, two separate chains of connected players, this was all misleading. You are joining a particularly unusual bifurcated session, meant from the start to receive all 12 players through two separate connection chains. A session with one Skya, about which 12 planets would circle, with one army of dark and one of light, with one pair of kings and one pair of queens, and with one cantankerous archagent and his typical disdain for authority. It wouldn't be until later in the session, when the full chain was nearly closed, that you would realize the truth. The truth was, it had always been the same session all along, that your teams were not competing, but cooperating towards a common goal. In the more drawn-out form of this adventure's narrative, figuring this out would have been a huge deal. We would have been completely blown away by this stunning revelation. Wow, same session all along. Really? Huh. But, since we've decided to engage this epic in shorthand, you feel you must insist that we continue with this expository interlude. It would turn out the arrangement of planets looked like this, rather, bifurcated from each other, each team appearing to comprise in a distinct session without the luxury of the complete picture we see here. It appeared that way until it was time to link the two chains, completing the circuit of 12 and uniting the teams. For these final two links, Skya had a plan, as it did with the order of every preceding link, and as it did with the paradoxical seeding of its own players on the surface of the planet it would later devastate to buy itself time. Its plan was as inescapable as all others, as inevitable as the reckoning it would ultimately face. Mobius double reach around.
What?
After watching the phrases Mobius double and reach around toggle for a few minutes while in a sort of stupor, you finally snap out of it. Your attention drifts toward these two symbols. You would try to be these mysterious characters, but you suspect you would fail, so you don't bother. They're way too mysterious for you to be them yet. Seriously, what's up with those guys? Do they live underwater or something? What's their deal? We'll learn all about them a little later. For that matter, what about this young lady? What is her deal? We'll probably find out about her later, too. It will probably be quite some time before you get to be her, and it would very well be pages and pages and pages.
And pages and pages and pages.
Seriously, it could take forever. You've done enough narrating, dude.
Okay. So is this one...
I think it's
Yes.
Cassie still.
That's Cassie.
It's constantly Cassie. Oh, God, kill me.
Go ahead, Rickard. All yours.
Okay, Cassie, if you would.
What? Enter name?
Yes. Your name is Kanaya Mariam. You are one of the few of your kind who can withstand the blistering Alternian sun, or perhaps the only one who enjoys the feel of its rays. As such, you are one of the few of your kind who has taken a shining to landscaping. You have cultivated a lush oasis around your hive, and in particular, you have honed your craft through the arts of topiary. Topiary?
Topiary.
Topiary. Sculpting your trees to match the puffy oracles from your dreams. You have embraced the tool of this trade, which conveniently is the weapon of choice for those who would hunt the heinous broods of the undead, which crawl from the sand at sunrise to feed on the light and the living. It would be convenient if you actually hunted them, but it is, of course, far too dangerous. Every bit as suicidal as attempting to poach the terrible muscle beasts who roam at night. So you indulge in your bright fashion with the grim through literature. Oh, bright fascination with the grim. Okay, I get it. Just before the sun goes down and you join your flora and rest, you immerse yourself in the tales of rainbow drinkers and shadow droppers and forbidden passion. You are one of the few of your kind with jade green blood. As such, you are one of the few who could be selected and raised by a virgin mother grub, an event so rare as to elude documented precedents. I almost said percentage.
We know.
She would defend you from desert threats, and though her life would be short, in time you would assure her of progeny. You are one of the few of your kind whose affection for the aesthetic strangely overpowers instinctive regard for the utilitarian. As such, you are one of the few of your kind who have developed a zeal for fashion and design in lively, colorful patterns. You decorate your hive with flora and fabric, and as delicately or as aggressively as inspiration demands. You are a seamstress, or a rag ripper, or a tree trimmer, or a lumberjack, which you care to be, whichever you care to be, and your unique hive is equipped with a great supply of advanced technology to accommodate your interests. The technology, and indeed the hive itself, were all recovered from the ruins nearby when you were very young. The seed of your hive was developed on the volcanic rock. Deployed on the volcanic rocks beneath the sand with the assistance of your Lucis and your remarkable burrowing skills, and you have lived there happily ever since. You know the ruins in the hive, and everything here is not sand and rock that is not sand and rock originated from the world of your dreams. You also know that one day you will visit the world while you are awake. That day is today. Your troll tag is Grim Auxiliatrix, and you tend to enunciate each word you speak very clearly and carefully. What will you do?
Equip chainsaw.
What chainsaw?
And again.
Fuck.
Damn it, Will.
What chainsaw? You are quite sure there is no chainsaw leaning on that bookshelf. There is, however, a tube of lipstick on the floor.
Fine. Equip that, then.
Alright, let's settle down. No need to get hysterical. Oh, and there's your wardrobe fire again. Never a dull moment in fashion when the randomized cycle is on.
Apply.
You can choose between your trademark jade or black, even though a troll's lips are naturally black. But they can always be blacker, and a lady with a true sense of style knows this. In any case, you think you'll mix it up and go with green for a while.
Why do all the girls in this fucking thing like to talk to each other so fucking much?
Because the universe hates you and everything you stand for.
Fuck you, universe. Fuck you and the bone bolt you rode in on.